Good morning, everyone. Today I'm doing more plate tectonics in the home. I've got some subduction zones to deal with. I've got some C4 spreading. Actually, my house is narrowing. I feel like I'm in one of those movies where the walls come in closer until you get squished, and Agent 99 and Max are going to be smushed, and suddenly 99 figures out something, because Max never can. Well, I feel like I'm Max, because I can never quite figure out what I'm doing in my house. But what I am doing in my house today is I am removing some of the flags that are hanging in my studio. And not because I don't like them, but because the rigging that they're attached to is always getting caught in things that I need to store or to remove from storage, and I get caught in the flags. And so what I'm doing is removing some of the flags, and which involves quite a lot of dangerous work. I'll just leave it at that, because I'll show you. Come with me. So here's my studio, and up at the top you see some flags. Let's see if I can walk over here. See, there's flags flying. It's hard to see because there we go. These will remain aloft. The ones that are coming down are the ones that used to be hanging here. You see they are down, but they're not quite down. They're hanging by that pulley up at the top. And there's more of them here. And some of these will come down. Some will stay. Now, in order for me to get to, there's some that are coming down. In order for me to get up there, which is 12.5 feet off the ground, I have to climb a ladder. So I have the base of this ladder wedged between a steamer trunk, some pieces of plywood, another ladder, and my drawing table. And I'm going to walk up this thing and try to unscrew or do whatever I have to do to remove the ropes that are holding that flag up. So I think what you should do, and probably what I should do, is to dial 91. So all I have to do is dial the last one is what I should have. But I'm using my phone to capture this, so I won't be able to do that. So that's the plan. When this is all taken down, I'll be able to access all of this area much better. Now you see that little hook right there? Those, and there's another one there, and there's one there, and there's one there, and there's one there. Oops, there and there. Those are screws that were cemented into the floor, into the ceiling, I guess, the floor above and the ceiling below, my ceiling. And those held a ceiling of cork. This used to be a refrigerator, and the cork was an insulation device. And So they're cemented into the ceiling very sturdily. So what I'm planning on doing is adding pulleys and ropes, and I've removed the pulleys from my sailboat in Minnesota and brought them here before the sailboat was broken up at the breaking up yards, the shipyards, and I'm going to be able to store things on ropes and lift them up off the floor and have them dangle from the ceiling. Not unlike that is dangling from a ceiling, not unlike that rope there that holds this thing right here above my head as I'm drawing, and I put in it some various art tools that all I have to do is raise my hand. I don't have to open a drawer or anything. I just have to raise my hand and pull down what I need to pull down. I'm hyperventilating, so do you want to watch me climb this up? Should I set the camera up so you can see? I don't know. Let's save this film first. Well, here I am. My ladder is, the top of my ladder is, come on, where's my finger? There, it's right there. And where I'm going to be headed is above all of this shit. Maybe I should remove this so you can watch my progress or fall to my death. Now, why do I have this here? This is a beard or another beard. I don't need a beard of any sort. Well, now I can't get these things, so I'm just gonna, these are bells. Aren't they peaceful? Well, that's the last piece you're gonna hear. I've got my scissors and I have my screwdriver. Now, this is sharp and this is sharp enough. So if I fall and land on these things, I'm a goner. Let's see if this works. I think I should be able to climb up without this thing falling down on me. Make sure to drop my sharp objects before I fall. How can I do this? First of all, this can come down. Thank you. That's going to stay. This and this are two, right? Climb up another height. Okay, come on, unscrew. Aha. This is connected to that. This tied to that, it comes down. This one is hooked to that, and that can come down. Okay, now I've got the two big, no, yes, two big flags are down. Now I've got these, which I would love to rehang. I'm just going to let them sit for a moment while I walk down carefully. Come on. keep going. Boy, these flags have certainly faded. God bless. How was that? That was pretty exciting. Now, one flag goes over there. I think I inhaled about 3 pounds worth of Pierre Gustafson skin cells that have been deposited in my house over the last 2 decades. My autopsy will show that I self-cannibalized myself to death. Is there a way to die like that? Consuming your own body, one skin flake at a time? What would that be? Self-exfoliation. No. Self-exfoliate consumption. Self-exfoliate consumption. Aside. Or something. Okay, I'm going to sit down here and enjoy the peace and quiet. Look at how old I look there, and now I'm young, or healthier looking. We'll just look at myself in the light of day. There we go. This is better. Much nicer. So, my plan is, I will show you what my plan is. Ready? On my wall over here, there are 4 cleats. And the cleats are attached to ropes that go through pulleys that are on my ceiling, as you just saw. And this particular pulley and rope is connected to this flustercuckage, and it's made of a scale. It has a pan here and a weight there, and this little plumb bob is not meant to be there. That will come off, because if that were to fall down while I'm sitting underneath it, my head would be pierced with this. And this goes up in the air, see? So what I would love to do is, with each of these spikes coming down from the ceiling, this one is occupied, this one is occupied, that one has a pulley on it, which I can use now to attach a bucket with a rope and tie it down and lift things up. This one, there's this bank of fluorescent light bulbs that have burned out for the years, and they will be removed, and I will hang more pulleys with hooks at the end, or baskets at the end, or steamer trunks at the other end, so that I can lift things off the floor and store them above my head. What do you think about that? See, I use every cubic foot of my 1,000 times, what's 1,000 times 12? 12,000. 12,000 cubic feet of space. I don't just use the floor space, but I build stalagmites, bookshelf on top of bookshelf, on top of filing cabinet, or things like that. So I don't know. Are you seeing too much of me? Too little of me? So anyway, that's my cunning plan. So I was able to do what I was worried about being able to do, which is to walk vertically up a ladder that was wedged on the floor between, a butter knife and a sponge or whatever's down there, steamer trunk and whatnot. So now I'm able to follow that same plan and attack the other hooks. And while I'm up there removing what's there, if there's something there, I will remove it and replace it with a pulley and rope, block and tackle, as it were. And soon I'll be able to have more floor space to walk around in. That's the plan. As you can see, there is my pan back where it belongs, and I will put into it the things that I keep there: my parallel rule, my pantograph, get in there, my other parallel rule, where is it? Parallel rule, and my proportional divider tools, which I have somewhere here. There's one, and here's the other. This little thing is up there. So that's what belongs in there, and I always know where they are. Just lift up my hand, grab, and put it on the table, and my completely clear work table, and do my important work. Those flags are back up now. As you can see, I'm still here to tell the story. And now, even though I've done my exercise, I realized that I put on my Jack LaLanne outfit. And Jack LaLanne, for those of you that are way too young for your own good, Jack LaLanne was a long before Jane Fonda, which you can't remember either, long before long before Richard Simmons, was Jack LaLanne. And Jack LaLanne and his dog King, his big German Shepherd King, and someone off screen playing the Wurlitzer organ, he would do exercises with a chair. Normally it was only a chair. I think that's all he had as a prop. He didn't have a Soloflex machine. He didn't have all this rigmarole. He just had a dog and a Wurlitzer and a chair. And he wore a black shirt similar to mine, except it was tighter and you could see his musculature. And he wore very tightish black pants, and he wore little black slippers. I don't know how better to describe them. No socks. I don't remember him ever wearing socks. And he would do exercises and teach you how to lose weight and feel good about yourself, and all to the tunes played on the Wurlitzer organ. The tunes were sort of scales. If he was, lifting something up, the scale would go up, and breathe in and out. He would have you do that in case you forgot how to breathe in and out. The Wurlitzer organ would keep in time with your heartbeat and your breathing, your respiration. The catchy tune, "It's time again for Jack LaLanne on the new Jack LaLanne Show." I don't know what made the new Jack LaLanne Show different from the old Jack LaLanne Show. Perhaps he had a dog. Maybe he bought a new chair. Maybe the Wurlitzer organ was improved. I'm not really sure, but maybe I can look that up. So even though I've done, as you plainly saw this morning, I've done lots of exercises, I will do more exercises right now on the new Pierre Gustafson Show. It's time again for Pierre. That doesn't Gustafson. It doesn't Gustafson. How do I make my name be 2 syllables? It's time again for Pierre G on the new Pierre G Show. How's that? Let me get my, I don't have a dog, I have a cat. And I have lots of chairs. And I don't have little slippers on. I've got big clunky boat shoes, which are bigger than my normal shoes are, so I've been tripping over them all morning long. And climbing ladders, as you saw, with them all morning long, and I kept misjudging where my feet would lay, which is not a good thing to do when you're on a ladder carrying a sharp scissors. Anyway, let me get my props together and I'll be right back. I guess it's working. Okay, I've got my I'm going to do my lifts. Is that what they're called? Imagine the Wurlitzer organ. Now, of course, Jack LaLanne could do this much easier, because he was a stud. So let me see if I can do this with one hand. Okay, look, Ma, one hand. God damn it. One hand again. Oh my God, that was tough. It was easier when they had the helium balloons on the ends. Bye for now.